Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Friday night, and what a week it's been here in America. The election is over, but inside Trump Tower tonight, the next administration is just beginning. And this evening, we're on the inside as we learn many of the names and faces who could be on board in this administration. The president-elect out of sight at Trump Tower today, but the trucks were not, filled with sand there, a protective barrier now outside. So many key names seen heading in, Rudy Giuliani among them, the two posts he could be up for. And Ivanka Trump, her husband, her brothers, all of them involved in shaping the next White House. But already some breaking headlines, Donald Trump's tweets as president-elect. And on Obamacare, his new comments tonight. Will it stay alive under President Trump? ABC's Tom Llamas leading us off.
Tonight, Trump Tower a fortress, armed police out front. The president-elect inside, surrounded by his core team. His White House now taking shape. 24 hours ago, Trump's visit to the Obama White House going off without a hitch.
And I look forward to being with you many, many more times in the future. Thank you, sir.
Returning to his Manhattan skyscraper, Trump seemed pleased. Really good meeting, he tweeted. Great chemistry. But as night fell, the mood at Trump Tower growing dark. On the sidewalk outside and in cities across the country, protesters taking to the streets to denounce the president-elect.
We reject the president-elect.
Trump keenly aware of it all, and at 9:19 p.m., firing off this angry tweet. Just had a very open and successful presidential election. Now, professional protesters incited by the media are protesting. Very unfair. But overnight, Trump's tone suddenly changing. Just after 6 a.m., a very different message. Love the fact that the small groups of protesters last night have passion for our great country. We will all come together and be proud. Hours later, Trump's inner circle starting to arrive. Former campaign manager Kellyanne Conway, now a senior advisor, meeting me inside.
A lot of people said you weren't going to win.
Well, right, but they don't work here. And
Conway telling me Vice President-elect Mike Pence is now taking over the transition, replacing embattled New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, who will assume a lesser role. As for who will make up the Trump cabinet, Conway is tight-lipped.
there are a number of people being talked about for different jobs. Ultimately, that's Donald Trump's decision.
Today, we're learning Trump's children, Don Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, will play a big role in that decision. All three now named to the transition team, helping to build their father's administration, even as they prepare to take over the family business. During the campaign, they'd promised to keep a strict separation between the two.
And we'll act incredibly responsibly. This is so much bigger than another deal, and we all recognize that.
We're not going to be involved in government.
But now we know the Trump family will, in fact, be deeply involved in shaping the Trump White House, creating the appearance, at least, of a conflict of interest with their business. Ivanka Trump's husband, Jared Kushner, now on the short list for White House Chief of Staff.
Can you see Jared Kushner and Ivanka leaving New York for Washington, D.C.?
Well, Jared and Ivanka are brilliant. It's a very personal decision what people do and how they feel they can best serve within the context of their own personal relationships. But at the same time, it's difficult to resist that tug for almost anyone.
Among the big names in contention for top jobs, Newt Gingrich, RNC Chairman Reince Priebus, and former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, spotted at Trump Tower today.
I have no expectation. All I do is give my advice.
Giuliani, a former federal prosecutor, certainly sounds interested in being Attorney General.
I certainly have the energy, and there's probably nobody that knows the Justice Department better than me.
And Tom Llamas with us live tonight. And Tom, Rudy Giuliani is also under consideration for another top job.
That's right, David. Rudy Giuliani's loyalty to Donald Trump may eventually pay off. We hear not only is he be considered for Attorney General, but also Secretary of State. David?
Tom Llamas leading us off on a Friday night.